Eiffel Tower during the renovation in the 20th century. Paris 2024 medals contain a silver of the Eiffel Tower as a nod to the host city, but the exact makeup of the medals vary between Olympics. Gold medals are mostly made out of silver with a gold coating. Bronze medals are usually a mix of copper, zinc, and tin. Bronze naturally oxidizes when exposed to air and moisture. How quickly bronze degrades depends on the proportion of metals in the alloy. Although cheaper metals often quicken the process, and probably that's what has played out in all the bronze medals received at the Paris 2024 Olympics. But very shameful that happening, and we hope the organizers would replace them as they have promised. All right, let's go to the round that game. Let's take you to Arsenal, where the big story is that Arsenal star Bukayo Saka has broken his silence on his injury after undergoing surgery on his hamstring. And the winger could be out for more than 2 months. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta revealed on Friday that Saka had to be substituted after suffering the injury during the first half of Arsenal's 5-1 win away to Crystal Palace in the Premier League on December 21st. The Gunners beat Ipswich 1-0 at home in the first match since Saka's injury, but there are concerns about the team's attacking depth in his absence. Being without Saka for a prolonged period will inevitably be a blow for Arsenal. He has contributed with 9 goals and 13 assists this season across all competitions. And on Saturday, Saka posted a picture of himself on Instagram following surgery and vowed to come back stronger. Meanwhile, Kai Havertz, who scored the only goal against Ipswich, stated that the whole team will need to up while Saka is out. Meanwhile, Gabriel Martinelli started on the right wing for Arsenal against Ipswich, with Raheem Sterling also currently unavailable due to injury. Very sad commentary for Arsenal, but hopefully they're looking at using Nigerian-born Samuel Chukwueze as a replacement for Bukayo Saka. So in the general transfer window, we are likely to see some Nigerian players also move to the opposite direction. Let's take you to Old Trafford, where there's some story coming about Manchester United and a goalkeeper. Let's just let you know that Manchester United are eyeing up a move for Brighton goalkeeper Bart Verbruggen, with Andre Onana increasingly unsettled, according to reports. Onana's moved to Old Trafford from Inter Milan in a £47 million deal in the summer of 2023, and reunited with his former Ajax boss Erik ten Hag. But ten Hag was sacked in October and replaced by Ruben Amorim, and the Daily Star have claimed Onana is unhappy with life in Manchester. The same outlet have also reported that the 28-year-old was already unsettled before Ten Hag's dismissal, but the situation has worsened since Amorim's arrival. As a result, United are said to be sounding out replacement with Verbruggen as a target. Verbruggen has become Brighton's first choice stopper, fending off competitions from Jason Steele, and is also the number 1 for the Netherlands. He was snapped up by the Seagulls in a £16 million deal in the same summer. Onana joined United and has 3 years left on his current contract. Meanwhile, United would reportedly have to sell out £30 million to land the 22-year-old, and the switch is unlikely next month, potentially forcing the Red Devils to wait until the summer. Both Onana and the understudy Atla Bayende have been criticized after making glaring mistakes in recent weeks. United number 2 conceded directly from a corner during the Carabao Cup loss to Tottenham before Onana did the same a week later at Wolves. Amorim's side have also been linked with Royal Antwerp's Semi Laments. Belgian international Lamens has been the first choice goalkeeper for the Belgian club since joining from Club Brugge in 2023. He is thought to have attracted attention from several of Europe's top outfit, including Borussia Dortmund and Leeds. It was reported earlier this week that United sent scouts to watch him in action. So obviously means Onana's days in United are numbered, especially with the fact that the new coach Ruben Amorim not comfortable with his play ways, and his performance thus far has been appalling to say the least. Alright, so let's move on, stay looking at other big stories making the rounds. We're looking at Amorim looked to the defense of Harry Maguire. We're looking at Amorim, the coach of Manchester United, has leapt to the defense of Manchester United defender Harry Maguire and insisted he has proven his critics wrong this season. Maguire was the United captain between 2019 and 2023, having been handed the armband less than a year after joining in a £80 million deal from Leicester City. But after losing his first choice status under Erik ten Hag and delivering a series of performances, Maguire was dramatically stripped of the prestigious role. He has since fought his way back into contention at centre-back under Amorim and has impressed at the heart of the head of the coach new look three-man backline. Maguire may also lead United out against Newcastle on Monday with usual skipper Bruno Fernandes suspended, and Amorim has saluted his influence. United won 140 games in which Maguire captained the side, and he admitted his disappointment after being informed of his demotion by Ten Hag in July 2023. Meanwhile, Maguire has made 15 appearances in all competitions this season, scoring once. Harry Maguire definitely has a tough skin. The way he was able to come back from the dead was amazing, and hopefully tonight is going to be the rock solid defender for Manchester United when they visit Newcastle. Alright, let's move on to other big stories. Let's take you to the French League and give you some story that Ligue 1 social media team have hit back at Cristiano Ronaldo in a post to the league's official account following his controversial recent comments. After a criminal's departure from Manchester United in 2022, Ronaldo shocked the football world when he signed for Al Nassr, becoming the first high-profile star to join the Saudi Pro League. An exodus of talent followed, with Ronaldo joined in the Gulf state by the likes of Karim Benzema, Neymar, Sadio Mane. The 39-year-old is yet to secure a league title since his blockbuster move, and claimed earlier this year that his lack of success is indicative of how competitive the Saudi league is when compared to the likes of the French top flight. Then, after being named the best Middle East player at the Global Soccer Awards in Dubai on Friday, Ronaldo doubled down on his comment and took aim at Ligue 1. His comments provoked a significant backlash online, with Ligue 1 official Spanish language X account making a cheeky dig in response. On Saturday, the account shared a photo of Ronaldo's longtime rival Lionel Messi after he captured the World Cup in Qatar in 2022, with the caption "Leo Messi playing in 38 degrees." After departing Barcelona in 2021, Messi spent 2 seasons in Ligue 1 with Paris Saint-Germain, winning the league title in both. The account also shared a quote from Messi during his time with La Parisienne, where he hailed the standard of the quality on display. PSG have won 8 of the last 10 League 1 seasons, with only Monaco in the 2016-2017 and Lille in the 2020-2021 season managing to halt their dominance. Meanwhile, Saudi side Al Hilal have enjoyed a similar streak in their domestic league competition, having triumphed in 6 of the last 10 campaigns. Alright, between Ligue 1 and Cristiano Ronaldo there. Let's move on to other big point we've got, let's take it to Liverpool, where Arne Slot is weighing in on Alexander Arnold. Yes, that's a big story there. Arne Slot insisted that Trent Alexander-Arnold's goal celebration in Liverpool's 5-0 win over West Ham told fans all they need to know about his future amid interest from Real Madrid. With just 6 months remaining on his Liverpool contract, speculations has been rife that the 26-year-old will opt to seek pastures new when his deal expires. Reports from Spain in recent days claimed that Alexander Arnold had informed Liverpool that he was intent on joining Real Madrid in the summer. Meanwhile, Alexander Arnold, who also said to have rebuffed the offers from Liverpool for a new contract, and that he had no doubt about wanting to join the European champions, but he made a chatter gesture with his hand after scoring at the London Stadium. Speaking after the Sunday's win sent Liverpool 8 points clear, Slot addressed the speculations surrounding the futures of Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk and Alexander Arnold. The England international gesture could be interpreted as him dismissing the recent speculations surrounding his future. Meanwhile, contract negotiations between Liverpool and their homegrown star have reportedly stagnated in recent weeks. Indeed, Alexander Arnold has remained somewhat coy on his Anfield future, only stating that details around his contract situation will not be revealed publicly. As for Liverpool's other 2 superstars, their contract situation also remained tentative. No Sport previously reported that Liverpool have made initial contact with Salah over a new contract offer, but the Egyptian star is not thought to be close to coming to an agreement with the Reds over extending his time at the Merseyside. Alright, let's go for a quick break. When we return from the break, we'll be looking at Tottenham playing out a 2-2 draw with Wolves and other big stories in between. Stay with us. Alright, welcome back to Still Talk Sport, and we're giving you all the big commentaries making the rounds in the world of sport. We are focusing on the English Premier League right now, and we're taking a Tottenham Hotspur, where it was a very dramatic one between Tottenham and Wolves, as Postecoglou is still under pressure. Sometimes all that matters is that you find a way to win, like the same football. Just hold what you have protected and somehow stagger over the line. Tottenham failed to do that despite coming close, and so relieved none of the pressure building on Postecoglou. They looked exhausted at the end, out of juice and bereft of confidence, missing chances to make it safe before Georgina Strand Larsen tore through a patched up defense to rescue a point for Wolves. Those in any way ended the celebration of the fighting spirit of their rejuvenated team, and 7 points from 3 games under new boss Victor Pereira is the sure way to go for Wolves. Spurs fans booed noisily at the final whistle. Their team has won just once in 7 Premier League games since the victory at Manchester City, and will start the new year in a bottom half of for the first time since 2008-2009 season. That was the season when Harry Redknapp was summoned from Portsmouth to replace Juan de Ramos. Postecoglou will soldier on, still well placed into Cup competitions with the chairman, Danny Levy, to talk things out. All right, as we, from that story, before we give you the big one concerning Liverpool open 8-point gap, let's go for a quick break. When we return, we'll be looking at Liverpool open 8-point gap from the rest of the squad. Welcome back from that break. Let's take you to Liverpool, where it's Liverpool opening up 8-point gap with a 5-0 win over West Ham. Yes, that was the big breaking point, as Liverpool are now 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League thanks to a 5-0 win over West Ham on Sunday. It was Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo, Mohamed Salah all scored in the first half to give the Reds a commanding lead at the London Stadium. Meanwhile, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Diogo Jota added more goals after the break as Arne Slot's coasted to victory. Liverpool now have 45 points after 18 fixtures, while Nottingham Forest are currently second with 37 points. Arsenal are on 36 points, and Chelsea, who are away at Ipswich on Monday, have 35 points. So it makes for a very interesting matchup in the coming days about how unpredictable is the English Premier League. Nottingham Forest sitting second pretty on the log table. All right, we'll still talking some stories concerning Liverpool as Slot heaps praise on extraordinary Mohamed Salah. Yes, that's the big story there, as Arne Slot hailed extraordinary Mohamed Salah after he took his goal tally to 20 for the 8th straight season. Salah, who said a new contract was far away, scored one and assisted another as five-star Liverpool trashed West Ham to end 2024 on a high and extend their lead to the top of the table of the Premier League. Just to let you know that Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Diogo Jota also scored in the 5-0 rout to pile pressure on the Hammers boss Julian Lopetegui. Meanwhile, Hammers boss Lopetegui was frustrated after his side succumbed to the leaders to end a decent run of result over the Christmas period. The only negative for Liverpool was when defender Joe Gomez went down injured and had to be substituted in the first half. All right, from that story, let's talk about Mo Salah now himself, Mohamed Salah, as he gives update concerning his contract. Mohamed Salah has provided an update on his contract situation at Liverpool as he nears the end of his deal. The 32-year-old has not put pen to paper on a new contract yet, with his current one expiring next summer. He contributed to Liverpool's 5-0 thrashing of West Ham on Sunday by legging his 17th league goal of the season, as well as providing 2 assists. Salah has now made 30 goal contributions in just 18 games this season, as another stellar performance helped widen the Reds' lead at the top of the table after 18 games played, and the slot side lie 8 points clear of Nottingham Forest in the second, with a game in hand and 9 points ahead of Arsenal below. After Sunday's game, Salah revealed that negotiations are far from reaching a positive conclusion at this time, and insisted that he is solely focused on Liverpool's on-field aims this season. The Egyptian sent the Reds fan base into frenzy last month when he claimed he had not been contacted over a new deal. Meanwhile, since then, Salah has remained tentative with his words regarding the situation, recently refusing to divulge the current state of negotiations when asked on Boxing Day. All right, from Mohamed Salah, let's go to one man. His name Erling Haaland. He's not just a goal scorer, he is also a dad. Yeah, let's break it that way. Let's just let you know that Pep Guardiola accidentally revealed that Erling Haaland has become a first-time father in the past few days. The Man City manager let the news slip after his side's 2-0 victory at Leicester on Sunday. Haaland netted just his second goal in 50 days as City ended their 5-game winless run and earned their first away victory since October 20 against their opponent. The Norwegian announced that his partner Isabella Johansen was pregnant in October 2024, celebrating becoming Norway's all-time top scorer after a 3-0 win over Slovakia. The striker was snapped with the match ball under his jersey and his thumb in his mouth to show that he will soon become a father. Guardiola expressed his sympathy towards his star number 9 amid his struggling form, while highlighting Haaland's big news in the process. Isabella, 20, who is a footballer herself and also works part-time at a fashion store, is believed to have met Haaland at the youth academy at Bravner, who they both played for. They started dating when he was at Borussia Dortmund, with Isabella making frequent trips to visit him. Haaland joined Brøndby at the age of 5 and spent more than 10 years with the Norwegian side before later having spells at RB Salzburg and Dortmund and now City. Alright, now you know Erling Haaland is a father now, so probably you understand why he has not been scoring a lot of goals in the past few weeks. Alright, let's move on, still talking about the Leicester-Manchester match that ended 2-0 in favor of Man City. Two things here served notice of Manchester City's troubles. Hearing their own young mascot tip Leicester to win at the start of the game was one of them, and seeing their goalkeeper Stefan Ortega booked for time wasting with 20 minutes left was the other. Yes, Pep Guardiola City, as they headed into 2025 uncertain, unsure, and largely unrecognizable, but they have a win to sustain them after their tricky afternoon in the East Midlands, and that is something at least the Premier League champions didn't really deserve to prevail in this game. A draw would have been fair, but Leicester arguably created the better chances, and Jimmy Vardy will certainly rule the simple chances he missed midway through the second half, with the score at 1-0. 6 minutes after that, Erling Haaland headed in City's decisive goal, but City did win and Haaland did score. Both things will be more important to them than anything else. City's recent run now stands at 2 wins in 14 and Haaland at 2 goals in 8. It's an improvement, if only a small one, and perhaps a platform for proper recovery can be built upon. They will have to play better than this, and Guardiola, more than anyone else, knows that's what they need to do. Just to let you know that City were clinical, and that was a good sign, but equally they had to be. Sevilla gave them a first half lead, and Haaland doubled it with 16 minutes to go. All right, Man City obviously trying to recover their mojo, and that victory against Leicester was good enough for them. But let's move on to Nottingham Forest. We're looking at Nuno Espirito Santos' side moving to the second position. That's the Nottingham Forest. Just to let you know that Nottingham Forest are up to the giddy heights of second, and of this evidence, it's no fluke. They fully deserved their fifth straight victory, and 3 goals in each half from Chris Wood and Morgan Gibbs-White, making light of an enforced late reshuffle due to Moriolo's injury in the warm-up. Everton were unbeaten at home since August, but couldn't lay a glove on their well-drilled visitor, whose goalkeeper was at his best. Talking about Matt Sells, who tops the clean sheet rankings this season. Forest has collected 20 of their 37 points on the road, and their joyous fans were singing "Weed away," long before the final whistle. Everton, whose previous 3 games saw them hold Arsenal, Chelsea and Man City, didn't register an effort on target until the closing minute, and they lie only 3 points above the relegation zone. At Forest, ambitions are grander, with 33-year-old Wood in the form of his life. After 15 minutes, he flicked on a header to Anthony Elanga, who received the header back and showed a finesse to lift his finish over an oncoming goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford, for his 11th league goal of the campaign. Meanwhile, nobody has taken the lead more times than Forest, which suits their counter-attacking style, and Everton boss Sean Dyche wouldn't have been surprised by Wood's impact, having once managed him at Burnley. Meanwhile, Captain Gibbs-White capped his man of the match displays by scoring for his second goal on the hour after Everton's Abdoulaye Doucouré laps twice. Alright, let's go for a quick break. When we return from that break, we give you scores of other matches that were played over the weekend and some other big stories in the world of tennis. Stay with us. Welcome back from the break. We're still giving you updates as regards matches that were played in the course of the weekend. We are with the EPL, and we're moving next to the next fixture that went down. It was Fulham taking on Bournemouth. Fulham having 2 Nigerian players in Alex Iwobi and Calvin Bassey in their fold, and the match ended 2-2 as the big goals were scored by Dango Ouattara, who chipped home to rescue a point for Fulham. All right, moving on, let's go for another quick break. When we return from this break, we'll give you more stories making the rounds. right, welcome back. We'll still give you an update of results of matches played over the weekend, and we're looking at Fulham against Bournemouth that ended in a 2-2 draw. This was always going to be a feast for the footballing senses, with two sides flying high and two impressive managers committed to always trying to win. In the end, nothing could separate Fulham and Bournemouth after 4 goals, a contentious disallowed goal, and Bournemouth's Ryan Christie's fortunate to stay on the pitch after a shocking first half challenge on Anthony Robinson. Silva disgusted. The draw meant that both sides are now unbeaten in their last 7 games, a firm record only matched by Liverpool and Arsenal coming into this game. All 4 of Harry Wilson's goals had come as a substitute, rewarded with a start by Silva. After scoring at Chelsea, Wilson thought he had the winner for Fulham here, only for a substitute to get a last gaps equalizer. Dango Ouattara held his nerve wonderfully and chipped Bernd Leno to get a deserved point for the Andoni Irao's side after Evanilson had cancelled out Raul Jimenez's opener. As Silva and his players walked out, they were greeted to chants of there's only one team in Fulham, only for their victory at Stamford Bridge, but they started poorly. Meanwhile, Bournemouth James Hill thought he had his first Premier League goal, but his header from a corner was disallowed for a foul by Anthony Semenyo on Joaquin Anderson. On reflection, it was a poor of referee Robert Jones to blow the whistle so early, and Fulham got away with 1. All right, let's talk a little bit of tennis before we cut a wrap on today's edition of the program Talk Sport. Let's talk some tennis and tell you that Novak Djokovic has unloaded on tennis's governing bodies for their lack of transparency over the doping cases of the sport this year, echoing the stance of his former rival Nick Kyrgios, specifically the 24-time Grand Slam champion claimed that tennis players had been kept in the dark in relation to Yannick Sinner's case. The Italian had been found to have failed 2 doping tests in March, but had been found not to be at fault. Despite Sinner, 23, still faces the threat of a possible suspension, with the World Anti-Doping Agency WADA set to appeal the International Tennis Integrity Agency's decision that this year's Australian Open winner bore no fault or negligence in relation to his positive test for cholesterol. Fellow Grand Slam winner Iga Swiatek has also served a 1-month ban for testing positive for a banned substance in August, while Aussie star Max Purcell accepted a suspension last week after he admitted to breaching doping rules. Meanwhile, Kyrgios has been outspoken on the situation for some time, claiming that the recent issues gave off a disgusting look for tennis. Meanwhile, Djokovic and Kyrgios are set to partner up for the men's doubles at this year's Brisbane International, with their first match coming on Monday night at the Pat Rafter Arena against Alexander Ella and Edrua Miles. But on Sunday, Djokovic provided his thought on the doping scandals that have rocked tennis and sided Kyrgios. Well, that's how much time is going to let us take. That's how much we've got in store for you this morning on Talk Sport. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be coming with more stories, and I'll be having my guests join us in the studios to do analysis as we look at extreme what 2024 has been for Nigerian football and Nigerian sports, especially if you take into cognizance the fact that Nigeria didn't do so well at the Olympic Games, where we came back without a medal, and for our favorite sport of boxing and athletics, we did so poorly, and that has cost for Nigeria to do a probe as regards the outing at the Olympics. Even though, yes, the probe was done, but we're yet to see anybody being punished for the lackluster performance of Nigerian athletes at the Olympics, especially when you had to do with Favour Ofili, whose 100 meters event was not registered for, and we expected that someone at the IOC was going to be punished. And not forgetting the Super Eagles qualification process for World Cup 2026 is not anything but smooth. It's been awful. We've lost 3 games and we're at bottom of the pack. We are now condemned to win our remaining matches so as to qualify for the World Cup, and still yet the Super Eagles still does not have a substantive coach that's going to be leading to the World Cup. We still have Austin Sedezo who have been playing the role of acting head coach, which is very dangerous as time not our friend. What happens if he fails to qualify Nigeria to the World Cup? Would he give the excuse that he wasn't a permanent coach? That was why he could not deliver the goods. So we'll be looking at all these, and the best Nigerian player for the best attacker for the year 2024, the best midfielder for the year 2024, not forgetting the best defender and the goalkeepers. We already know one of the attacking forwards we have is not a person but Demola Lookman, who emerged as the African Footballer of the Year 2020. So we'll be looking at these and other big talking points that shaped 2024 as we look at 2024 in retrospect, not forgetting also the big change that occurred in the sporting sector in Nigeria, where federations were collapsed into the National Sports Commission, which is now the umbrella body to oversee sports in the country, with Shehu Diko, who used to be a member of the Nigerian Football League, heading affairs. And so we're expecting that everything will be done for the good of Nigerian sport in the coming days, weeks, and months, especially as we head into the year 2025. All right, so that's how much we are going to talk about this morning on Talk Sport. Let's do this again tomorrow with other big stories making the rounds. I am Anthony Momodu, the King of Sport.